Hey, so here it is. Underhurst, unscripted, Angel Savoy, off the cuff.
Hey, oh my God, it has been a long time. See, just like I ain't gonna say the real word, I'm gonna say ninja. To kick something off, be all excited about it, get the people crunk, and then just fall off the face of the earth. So I have not recorded a podcast since April. Shame on me. Was it April or was it May? I don't even know. That's how long ago it's been. But nevertheless, I am back. So, but you know what? That's what it's all about. I can't stress that enough. Unscripted, unrehearsed, off the cuff. I do random stuff, and that's just what it is. So y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm a little bit congested. It has been a busy couple of months, so I definitely got a lot to say, but y'all know I got to keep it short. My attention span is short, so I respect the people with these short attention spans. You got to get to the point. You got to make your point. You got to do what you got to do, and you got to move on, because the joker will tap out on you. You got about 5 minutes to get my attention, or it is over. But I'm back. So, hey, I made a post on Facebook about 3 weeks ago. I didn't even know I had the followers that I had, the friends I had, until I made this post. Because when I tell you, these jokers were showing up out the woodwork, because I said, dear black people, garlic powder and onion powder does not go on everything. Who sent y'all? Who told y'all that? I need to know. I need to know who told y'all that. Who sent y'all? I refuse to believe that my grandma and them and my mama Dia was doing that. I just it's a no. It's no. I believe that they use, good old bacon grease and onion and, all that good stuff, but no, they was not sprinkling onion and garlic powder on every single thing. It does not go on everything. You can omit it. It is okay to omit it when you cook. So y'all know that I cook, I cater, I do meal prep, I do all of that. And some of y'all have actually had my food. I've been in situations where I didn't have certain seasonings and I had to throw something together. I've been in situations where I've used something that I've never used before. I've been in situations where I had all kinds of things to use before. And I guarantee you didn't know it was missing. And I know I've gotten calls, even if it was healthy food, if it was prepped food, regular food, mac and cheese, I don't care what it is, saying, man, this was so good. Oh my God, what did you do? Da 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 da. And I'm here to tell you, the same people that was on that post, a good number of y'all, I ain't gonna be extra and say everybody, but a good number of y'all on that post has had my cooking before. And guess what? I can guarantee you that onion powder and garlic powder was not in it, because I don't cook with it. I do not cook with it all the time. I'm not going to say I've never used it. Let me be clear. But I'm telling you, it is very, very rare that I grab onion powder, especially garlic powder. I may use onion powder, but it is super rare that I'm grabbing garlic powder. I don't need to use either one of them. I've cooked many dishes where I did not use either of them. Now, if I was following like a recipe or something, I know the Neelys, I used to follow them when they would do certain dishes, like when they did their oxtail stew, when they did their pork chop soup, they called for it. But over time, when I began to really get into cooking and doing things on my own, I didn't follow people's stuff to the T. I changed it. I did my own thing. And I can honestly tell you, this day and age, I don't. Certain meats go with certain seasonings, and it just brings out a better flavor in them. All you need is some good old salt and pepper, man. You can get you some onions, some real garlic, crushed garlic, whatever. But just to rub the powder on everything, it just don't go. I'm sorry. It's white, it's weird, it's powdery, it's just weird. It's just a no for me. So if you've had my cooking, I can guarantee you that you did not miss it, because I don't use it. I don't. when I cook certain things, they're in a marriage. Like if you ever get a rack of lamb, some good old lamb chops, lamb shank, lamb steaks, whatever you want to, let me tell you something. Rosemary and lamb, they go together. Okay? It's a lot of people that don't like the rosemary because of the leaves on them and, whatnot. But you don't necessarily have to. You can chop them finer than that, or you can, if you go to a really nice spice shop, you can actually get it grounded to where you can just use the flavor, get the flavor on there, but you don't necessarily have to have the leaves. Or a lot of times you can tie the rosemary sprigs together and you can like stuff it in something just so it can have the flavor. Then you can, pull it out later. Or if you make a gravy, you can use it in there, boil it with it, whatever. But rosemary and lamb, they go together. Y'all remember Married with Children? Love and marriage, love. Yeah, that's how lamb and rosemary, they go together like a horse and carriage. Yeah, that. So lamb and rosemary, they go together. Chicken. Now we've all had chicken. We've all had chicken. Can I tell y'all something? Chicken and thyme go together. Y'all, chicken and thyme go together. Okay? It's more to life than garlic powder and onion powder. Chicken and thyme go together. When I do chicken and dumplings, if I do a pot, if I decide to do it, thyme is the main ingredient. It's the main ingredient. It's delicious. It brings out a different flavor in that meat. Would I use onion powder or garlic powder on chicken? Probably onion. But yeah, they go together. Now, if you're frying chicken, you can season your flour with all of that. You season it with your onion powder, your garlic powder, your powder, your thyme, your black pepper, your red pepper, come on, we can get down when we do it like that. But just, smothering chicken and all that, no, man, I don't need to. It's just not a must for me. It's a zero must for me that I put that on everything. Now, steak, I'm a little bit different. On steak, I'm here for garlic powder. I am. I'm a big steak eater. And you got to season. I'm a ribeye girl. I'm a big ribeye fan. I love the marble. I love the fat in it. I'm here for it. It's my favorite cut of meat. And that I'm okay. I'm okay with the garlic powder, not onion. And let me throw this disclaimer in here. I'm not a big onion fan. Some people can go get a hamburger or go to Subway or, you go get these fajitas and you get all these grilled onions, diced onions, chopped onions, sauteed onions. You can leave all that out. I don't put onions on my pizza. I don't eat onions in fajitas. I don't eat onions in Italian sausage. It's never going on my Subway sandwich. I don't eat them in my salads. I don't fool with them. So this may be a really big reason why I am not a fan of onion powder, because I'm just not a big fan of onion like that. Raw onion in particular. Now, if my husband smothers something, if I've smothered something, have I used it? Yeah, my husband uses it a lot more than me. I can literally smother anything and not use onion, garlic, anything. Once again, it's so many different seasonings out there. I don't have to use that. So will I use fresh garlic? Sure. But just the powder, again, no, miss me with it. On a steak, yes, I will probably use garlic powder. I'm a big fan of pink salt, of course, salt, pepper, but I am an Italian seasoning type person. My God, I will put it on anything. Italian seasoning go together with everything. That's it. I don't care what y'all say. What everybody else called the onion and green onion and whatever the Trinity. For me, it's oregano, basil, and thyme. That's the Trinity. They go together. Now, I can put that on anything. I can put that in mashed potatoes. I can put that in eggs. I can put that on a baked potato. I can put that on a steak. I can put that in I can put it in anything. Put it in green beans. Put it in broccoli. Just name something. Italian seasonings go on shrimp. Man, hello. Listen to me. I'm giving y'all game. I'm trying to broaden y'all palate. Some of y'all palates is 2 years old. I'm trying to expand y'all horizons. I'm just joking for somebody to come for me. I know y'all palates are not 2 years old. I'm being funny. But nevertheless, it's more out there. When I do shrimp, if I saute shrimp or if I do some kind of pasta, even if I'm prepping for my clients, I'm going Italian seasoning, period, all the way. All the way. I want the basil. I want the oregano. I want the thyme. Listen, it's so good. The crushed red pepper, if you can find it, all that. I'm here for it. It's more out there though, y'all. They got pink salt, they got black salt, they got white pepper. It's so many different seasonings out there. It's ridiculous. Majorman, turmeric, or some people might call it turmeric, but it's turmeric. You got your bay leaves, you got sage, you got cumin, tarragon. Man, there's so many got doggone spices out there to make y'all history, but y'all gotta try them. You gotta give this stuff a chance. Now, I'm not a big pork fan. I don't cook too much pork. I know sage and pork have a relationship, and cumin and pork, but I'm not a pork fan. I don't do too much pork around here. I don't mess with pork chops too much. I don't mess with pork loin. I'm just not a fan of white meat in general. If I do chicken, I'm not doing no chicken breasts. Leave me out. I'm not a white meat person. White meat is just not delectable to me. It's not delicious by any means. I just can't. It's dry. I mean, I don't know. Now, I've had it before when people have like stuffed it with like a cream cheese or stuffed it with like a cheese, like a cordon bleu type. That's cool, but like white meat, just leave me out. The pork, the other white meat, they can have it. I'm out for the dark meat. I'm not a big turkey fan. If it ain't dark, I don't want it. If somebody do a turkey, I'm going for the legs. I don't want nothing else on it because everything else is white and dry, and that's just my story, and I'm sticking to it. So on turkey, like if I do ground turkey for a client, once again, I'm Italian seasonings on that. Salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, cayenne, some bone broth, something like that, just to make it juicy because it's white. White meat tends to dry. So I do stuff like that when I'm prepping for my clients along that nature. Ground beef, burgers, I'm okay with that having, garlic powder, onion powder. That's probably the only thing that I would put the two together. If we're doing like if we're doing homemade burgers, I'm okay with garlic and onion powder on that. But for the most part, I'm going with, I'm playing around with something, truffle. I have some truffle seasoning. Man, I have all kinds of seasonings. My seasoning game is bananas. I have gotten spices from like Haiti, from Washington, when I leave out the country, I grab stuff. When I go to events, if people are selling seasonings, I grab some. I've gotten some from what's that big old flea market that comes, what's the name of it? Man, they had a lot of spices out there that I enjoyed grabbing those. I'm gonna have to think about that. The name of that big, they call it the world's largest flea market. It's a couple of hours from here. God dog it. I cannot think of the name of it. When it comes to me, I'm gonna let y'all know. But man, that was an amazing spot. But my favorite brand right now though is Kinder's. Man, I'm here for the Kinder's. Let's stand up, a round of applause for Kinder's. And the crowd goes wild. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm here for Kinder's, man. Kinder's is about that life. Now, what I don't like is when I use it, like if my pot is hot and it's steaming and I sprinkle something on there, it locks up the seasonings. It'll, because of the moisture, it'll make it ball up and get all hard and stuff like that, which is bad and a good thing. It don't have all them preservatives and stuff in it and all that crap, so that's what makes it do that, because it is more fresh, but it's annoying, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna have to start taking some out ahead of time and just using it that way so my bottles can stop doing that. But Kinder's, man, I'm here for Kinder's. Listen, my favorite one, they're in Sam's. I started seeing them in Sam's about 1.5 years, probably close to 2 years ago. And it started with the buttery steakhouse. That was the first one that I grabbed. And then I think I grabbed the blend, which is salt, pepper, garlic. So I think that was the two that I started off with. I saw some other ones up there, like the chipotle honey and honey garlic and all that, but I'm just not a fan of that type of stuff. Now, I have done a honey garlic salmon before, and it was ridiculous. At my first book signing, man, I was just playing around with that. That ended up being ridiculous. It was a honey garlic salmon. I would have never thought to put them flavors together, but I was playing that day and it turned out incredible. Nevertheless, I ain't do that no more because I'm just not a big honey garlic fan. But so they had those brands up there at the time. The all-purpose brand, they got a bunch of them now. Man, it's so many. They got the roasted chicken flavor. They got the garlic, is it soy and garlic? They got the anjou peppers and listen, they got a slew of them, and I got them all. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. They got the cracked Parmesan and black pepper. Of course, they got lemon pepper. They got cherry something. I don't touch stuff like that. I'm pretty exotic with flavors. I'm not scared to jump out there, but some stuff I just don't fool with. I'm not a big rub person. People be talking about they rub, stuff before I'm not a rub type. So, that one is probably really good for rubs. I'm not into rubs though. I'm sure it's probably good because all of their stuff is good. But Buttery Steakhouse is number one. It got my vote. I'm going to always have it in the cabinet. I'm not running out of it. I probably got a little backup bottle in there. They got their seafood blend. They got all that. But I guarantee you, if you turn that bottle over and look at all of them, they ain't all got no onion and garlic powder. I bet you that's not key ingredients in both of them. So they got the black truffle steak one. They got the caramelized onion, something like that. Man, they just got so many different flavors, but I love them. H-E-B used to actually have a seasoning pack that was phenomenal. It was like $3, and they discontinued it. Oh, my heart was broke, because when I tell you, it was so good. I used to try to mimic it to see what all they put in it, but I kept missing on something, but it was good. They discontinued it, and Kroger used to actually carry a pretty decent brand of seasoning that they got away from too, which sucks. Because they had some good stuff out there. The good stuff is what disappeared, but nevertheless, man, onion and garlic powder, it just don't. It's not necessary, man. It's a whole slew of herbs and spices out there. And some of them are really good for you. Oregano is good for you. Turmeric is good for you. Cayenne is good for you. Actual garlic is actually good for you. These things have healing properties. Onions are actually good for you. There's like this old school thing, like if you are sick, you can slice up some onions, like the way I sound right now, actually. Congestion and whatnot, you can slice some onions up and put them in your room, put them above where you're sleeping. Even, I know people are finna be like, what are you talking about? But you can even slice them up, put them in your socks and put them on your feet, and it will take the toxins out of your body. People think that's cool, but I'm telling you, that works. So they do have their good properties. A lot of these things have antioxidants in it. A lot of these vegetables, black folks, think that they main vegetables is corn and green beans. I need y'all to know it's some more stuff out there. It's okay. It's okay. There's more out there. There are some vegetables out there that are just really important for your body to get. There's spinach, and there's kale, and there's broccoli, and there's Brussels sprouts, and it's more to life than cabbage, corn, and green beans. It's the stuff that don't necessarily come out of the can. There's some other stuff out there. I want y'all to go out there and play with that, so y'all can play with these different seasonings. You know what I'm saying? So okra, when I do okra, I'm not really no. I probably use a little onion powder in that. I don't see the purpose of garlic in that. I'm sure I probably use onion powder because I know a lot of people will use onion in there, and I'm not going to chop up no onion. So I probably will use a little bit of onion powder in there, but not enough to make a difference. I think some stuff I just do out of habit, more or less, or if I'm choosing not to use the actual vegetable, I will use the powder instead. But I ain't got a habit. And so, again, if you have had anything of mine, I can guarantee you I did not have no onion or garlic powder in it. I'm going to say 90% of the time, sis did not cook with that. I do not cook with that. I don't find it necessary to cook with that, and I just don't. It's in the cabinet because my husband definitely uses it, and brother man can burn. So, and my husband's food is delicious, and he uses all of it. I mean, it's fine. I ain't got nothing. Me personally, I'm not using it, but if somebody cooks with it, I eat it. I'm okay with it. So it's not like I just hate the stuff. I'm just personally saying it ain't necessary. I ain't gotta have it. If it wasn't for my husband using it and cooking, I wouldn't buy it. It is just not a necessity to me. Whatever I'm doing up in here, I don't need it. If I'm baking fish, I don't need it. If I'm sauteing shrimp, I just genuinely don't need it. I don't need it. I'm a flavor person. I play with flavors. Lord, don't let me do no hot wings. I'm pretty sure. Oh, what would I do if I was doing some hot wings? So I'm not a big lemon fan, but I kind of like the zest of the lemon on certain things. So like if I was frying my own hot wings, I would definitely throw some flavors together on that. I could see myself using some lemon pepper, cayenne, salt. Definitely. Oh God, it's so much stuff I would do to like play with that combination and mix that together. I'm gonna have to play with that. I'm gonna do something with that. Make me some wings, and you know what they're gonna be called? They're gonna be called no garlic or onion powder wings. That's what they're gonna be called. No garlic or onion powder wings. So then y'all gonna be like, okay, so this is really good. And right on. No garlic and onion powder wings. That's going to be the name of it. But I'm going to have to mess with that one day and just mix something up. Because when it comes to hot wings, you can play with that joint a little bit. You can mix all kind of flavors. Make something really good come to life. Play with these flavors, man. But yeah, that got people spun up. Everybody was like, and it does, and it do. Garlic and onion pie. I'm like, oh my God, which it was hysterical to me. By all means, I did not get offended. It was good fun. It cracked me up to see so many people engaging in that. I was just like, I can't believe that this is this type of a staple. If my grandparents were alive, my grandmother, my mom's mom is still alive, bless her heart, she has dementia. So I definitely, the next time I see her, if she's having a good day, I'm gonna ask her that. I'm gonna be like, Grandma, did you put onion and garlic powder in everything? And I'm gonna ask my nanny. My nanny is still amongst us. Next time I talk to my nanny or see her in CVS, because I swear my nanny be in CVS with them coupons, honey. Shout out to Lily Dugas, homegirl be in CVS with them coupons. Do you understand me? Next time I see her, I'm going to ask her about that. I'm going to be like, Nanny, do you put onion and garlic powder in everything? Because, see, that's the old school cooks. My nanny probably still got that same cast iron pot for about 50 years. I ain't lying to you. I bet you she do. And you talking about a pound cake? Let me tell you something. My sister bakes a bad pound cake too. She really do. Her pound cakes are delicious. But my nanny's pound cakes are silly. They're silly. So if y'all know anything about my sister, Tasha is so bullshit. She funny to me. She conservative. I'm gonna spend the most amount, the top dollar, and my pound cake is gonna be delicious and wonderful. And it was so funny because she would always be like, I'm not sure what Nanny is doing. She said, I let Nanny try my pound cake. Nanny said it's so good or whatever. And my sister pound cake is dope. But my nanny pound cake, man, it got them little dark spots in it where you can tell where that butter is. Her pound cakes are so different. So my sister was like, Nanny, what am I doing? What is so different about your cake? My nanny showed her the butter she used. Can I tell y'all something? My sister would have never bought that butter in her life. She would have never. Do you hear me? She would have never picked that butter up. But my nanny old school. See, they know it's that little stuff like that matters. So, you know what? When I see Lily, my nanny, I'm going to ask her, Nanny, do onion and garlic powder go in everything? And I just can't wait to see what my nanny say. Because I'm curious about this. I wants to know. Inquiring minds need to know. I need Nanny to tell me, do you put garlic and onion powder in everything? I need an answer to that. So I can't wait to get the answer to that. So listen, to each his own. You guys love it. Y'all use it. That's amazing. But you ever had anything of mine, like I say, 90% of the time I can guarantee you that was not in there. I do not. I don't have to ever touch it. It is not necessary to me. When my husband is barbecuing and he rubbing his meats, he uses it. And my husband have this sauce that he makes that goes on the ribs and the steak that he do. Baby, listen. So he do what he do with all of that. But me, I don't need it. I seriously, I don't have to ever touch it. I will use everything but onion and garlic powder. It's just not a necessity for me. And my cabinet is silly, but I like the fresh stuff. I like thyme. I like basil. I like oregano. Rosemary. Again, I'm not big on sage and cumin. And then y'all done made sage so weird. I don't even. Homegirl really don't be wanting it in the house. Y'all didn't went somewhere else with the sage, but I never was a big fan of it anyway. It just has it's okay, it's just sprinkle a little bit here and there. Like I said, if I'm doing like a pork chop soup or something like that, but I'm not a big pork fan, and it just goes better with pork. Certain seasoning just go better with certain meats. So steak is about the only thing that I'll jump out there with. I even marinate it in like the Italian dressing to just help it break down. Or if I don't use the Italian dressing, sometimes I use soy sauce and Worcestershire. I love avocado oil. Olive oil, of course, is fine, but I'm a big avocado oil fan. There's a new oil that I have that I've been using. I was supporting black businesses called Emblem. Shout out to homegirl who did her thing. That olive oil is smoked, and let me tell you something, it's so good. Honestly, if it wasn't so expensive, I would rack up on that, but it's like $40 a bottle after shipping, and that's super steep for somebody that cooks as much as I cook. And I loved it so much, man. I was tearing it up. I was using it in everything because it really give it like that smoked flavor, especially when I was doing like salmon and stuff for my clients, and when I did any kind of steak, oh my God, shrimp, it just give it that little smoky. Oh, it was, man. But I mean, I probably got about a fourth of a cup of it left, man. I went through that bottle so fast, but it's good. But the name of it is Emblem. And she has many different brands. I just so happened to grab the smoky one, and it was so good. I'm glad I was able to support. Unless somebody gifted me that, y'all can cash out me at FitFlav if y'all so desire. FITFLAV. And I'll definitely keep that in stock. But other than that, no. That was that time. Unless she put it on sale. Now I'm here for a sale. I'm Sister Girl is here for a sale. If she put it on sale, I would definitely rack up and get me some more. But at $40 a bottle, when I can get a big bottle of avocado oil or olive oil for $16, that's a lot. That'll last a little bit longer. That's a bit much, but it was definitely an experience, and I was glad to support and try it. But nevertheless, man, I'm excited to come back. I am definitely gonna be hopping back on here more. There's so much to catch up with you guys on in these past couple of months while I have been absent. It's a lot, and y'all know I don't hide anything. I'm very transparent. I'm sure y'all have been seeing things and hearing things, and I'll lay all that stuff out in due time. But I had to tackle this subject first because we needed to get this onion and garlic powder thing rectified. So good people, you can put it away. Next time you do use some lamb chops or something, man, get you some rosemary, some salt and pepper out of there, or get you some some crushed red pepper and do something else. Just go wild. Do something else. Next time you season your chicken, man, pull out that thyme. Next time you do that shrimp, get them Italian seasonings out. Hit it with that oregano, that basil, man. Give it that color. Get you some smoked paprika. Go in that kitchen and play. Be like Emerald. Just be in there like bam, bam, bam. Just play with all your seasonings, man. It's a lot out there. Y'all come away from that onion powder and that garlic powder. But man, I'm catching up with y'all. I won't let it go this long again. Until next time. Peace.